Hello everyone, welcome to Income Tax Accounting County 203 here at HACC for 2024. Just want to make this video, and we're glad that you've joined us. We want you to feel comfortable and know where everything is, be able to find what you need to be successful in this class. We put lots of resources here, and we hope that you'll take advantage of those. So to make things easy, we put the things that you most likely would be using along the top, one click, so you can check your grades. You can go to the discussion boards. You can look at drop boxes. You can check your class progress, which will actually tell you how many points you need to get whatever score grade you would like. It actually keeps track of what if scenarios, meaning if you didn't turn everything in, or if you did got 100% going forward, the maximum minimum. Okay, resources is where you'll find links to library and tutoring, all of that schedule, all that good stuff there. Content is where all of the learning modules are. And then of course, wherever you are in the course, you can always get back to the home page, which is where we are, clicking on course home. So the home page is going to have my information here. We're going to have the news feed, which is where I will keep you up to date with what is happening. Typically be updated every week. Have links to various resources in the course. All right. And then there will be a content browser and a calendar keeping track of things down at the bottom if you scroll down far enough. Any updates come from the college. My updates will come here, but from the college will come here, as well as due dates that are coming up. Will show up in the updates. So let's look and see what our content looks like. So in the introduction, there is a syllabus. There's also a discussion board for asking questions about the class. So let's take a look at the syllabus. But first of all, I want to point out our textbook. Our textbook should have come with your class when you paid for your class, the tuition and the course fee. Otherwise, if you do not want to use that, opt out of the inclusive access, there's a link down at the bottom to do that. But otherwise, you should have the textbook, and you should be able to access it a couple different ways. First of all, here in the introduction, there is a click to the online textbook. In the learning modules, there will be a link to the chapter that we're covering, okay, or multiple chapters, okay, in the textbook when we get to those modules. But let's take a look at the syllabus for just a minute. So our syllabus has the usual information at the top. My office hours will be Tuesday, Thursday, 10 to 11 and 1 to 2, and Thursday night from 8 to 9 at this Zoom link. All right. This is for spring. This is our CRN number. It's all online, asynchronous course. All of the assignments are turned in, and all the work is done. The reading can be done all online. Okay. Catalog description, there's the text information. We'll also be using TaxAct software, and I'll show you a little bit about that, where we will prepare some tax returns. We're using the software that's provided by the publisher. We have learning outcomes, and then we have our schedule showing which chapters are going to be covered all the way up to the final exam. All right, so we do want you to use the discussion boards for questions. We're also going to use them to learn about some principles of tax research. So how are we going to grade? What's our requirements? First of all, after you do the reading for every chapter, there will be a reading review. It will be in Connect. It will be linked in the learning module. And it is simply a series of questions. If you miss the questions, you can answer them again as many times as you would like until you get 100%. You can take as many times. That's the whole point. Okay. When you've done that, it will give you 10 points, and that will be recorded towards your grade. So you just keep answering them. It also asks you questions about how confident you are and such, so that they can see if you need to do more review. Once you've done the reading review, seem to have gotten the questions right on the reading review, then you can look at doing the homework. Okay, homework will be listed in the Dropbox. Instructions will tell you which numbers at the end of the chapter the homework is. You complete that homework, you submit it to the Dropbox. That will be due on Saturday. Then you'll have opportunity to watch the video that will explain the answers that I came up with. You can make any corrections and then repost those corrections back into the Dropbox by Monday. Okay, so homework due on Saturday, corrections due on Monday. Grading will be done as follows based on the corrections. If you corrected everything, you get the full credit. Whether you get it all right the first time or you just have to make corrections, the score is the same, as long as you make those corrections. The discussion board. Each week there will be a discussion, and primarily this is about finding answers or thinking about questions outside of what would be covered in the textbook. Okay, the idea is that there's way too much tax law out there to remember or to even put in a single book. You have to be able to find other sources and find answers if you are advising a client, that sort of thing. And so that's how this will work. The discussion will present a question or send you to a particular resource. Anytime you answer the question, and you need to read carefully the instructions and respond to the questions that are given, you'll need to have 2 postings, a first post due by Saturday, follow-up post by the following Tuesday. But you want to make sure you fully explain yourself, use proper expression in terms of grammar and punctuation so that people can understand what you're saying, because your second post should be a response to someone else's first post. Okay, and you should always, especially when you are giving an answer in tax, give a citation on how to do that. And the citation idea is, and how those look, are discussed in the appendix to Chapter 1 and in the PowerPoint slides for Chapter 1. Will tell us a little bit more about how to cite those, but we want to make sure we always err on the side of citing everything when you're doing tax. Everybody's going to want to know, okay, where'd you find that answer? Okay, in professionally, if someone tells me this is the answer for a particular tax question, I say, well, where'd you find it? Who said that? What was the source on that? Because there are lots of folks that say they have answers and they are not authoritative, or what we call primary sources, which they don't have the authority to actually make those answers. And so we want to make sure we're getting the answers from the proper authority. We're going to prepare some tax returns. Those are going to come up, okay, about week 5. Okay, I'm going to show you where that software is and that you're going to use to prepare, and we're going to do it again in week 11. Okay, and then there will be 3 tests. They will all be problem-oriented, essay, that sort of thing. There will be no multiple choice, no fill in the blank. They'll be all long-form questions that you will do and submit. You'll have a week to work on the exams, okay, each time. So we'll actually dedicate a week for that each time. Here's how the points play out, and here's the grading criteria. Okay. We should log in 3 times a week. If you are going to miss time, you really need to let me know if you want the situation where you need to turn something in late. Absent that notice, things will be considered late and points will be deducted. This is all the information about withdrawal or academic dishonesty, and if you need any accommodations for disability, we'd be more than happy to work with you on those. So that is the syllabus. If you have any questions, you can post them on the discussion board about the general course content. So let's go back to where we were when we found the discussion. Let's go to week 1 and see how each of our modules are laid out. First of all, there's some introductory materials giving you the learning outcomes for this week. Then there will be the PowerPoint slides that I have made to cover the material in the textbook. So you can watch the PowerPoint slides before or after you read the textbook. Here's the textbook link for Chapter 1 to read that. Here's the chapter review mentioned earlier to get 10 points for answering questions until you get them right. You can watch my video explanations of the PowerPoint slides and the rest of the chapter. All of these are here right after the PowerPoint. So if you want to download the PowerPoint and then take notes from my videos, that may be a great way to learn. Okay. Then the discussion section, we'll have the discussion that is graded, having to do with a tax research issue, and then just questions about this chapter that of course is not graded and you see there's dates on the one that's graded but not on the other. And then the homework assignment will be in the Dropbox right under homework. It'll tell you which problems to do. Then you submit back to that Dropbox, and then you'll be able to see this video, which will not be visible until you have turned in your homework so you can make corrections. So that's how each module will be laid out and we'll work with. All right, we know this is a complicated topic, not easy to remember. It's different than most of your other accounting classes in that regard. A lot of reading, a lot of looking at the detail of legal things, because all this tax law is written by attorneys, and therefore it can be somewhat convoluted. But we're going to give you all the help we can give and along the way, and hope that you look forward to working with you. All right. Here's where to find the Tax Act software we're going to use. If I scroll down, okay, in the content, there's a module for Connect Tax Act. All right. And there is the link, Tax Act software for this semester is here. You'll click on that and you will go to and this is what it will look like as a student. And you'll be able to install, and there's some instructions there, the 1040. You don't need to do the rest, just the 1040. And that will allow you to put that software. It is only available it's not available for Macs, for Apple products. So if you plan now to have access to some form of a Windows-based computer, that would be very helpful.